All right, today's lesson is about identifying special quadrilaterals. This is the last section of chapter 8. This is basically a review of what we've learned so far in chapter 8 about different quadrilaterals. So let me just remind you of what some of those shapes are. So take a look at all these shapes here, and I'm going to name what each of them are. Okay? All right. The first shape here is just your standard parallelogram. Okay, so your standard parallelogram. Remember, a parallelogram has two pairs of opposite sides that are parallel, and they're also congruent. Okay, but that's the main thing to remember about parallelograms. Okay. Then we start talking about some specific parallelograms, like this shape right here. The next shape right here is considered a rectangle. Okay? And remember, a rectangle has 4 right angles. And of course, all of those are congruent. Okay? Now, let's go to this shape. This shape, we'll call it our rhombus. Remember, a rhombus has 4 congruent sides. Okay? So a rhombus has 4 congruent sides. Then, this shape right here will be our square. And a square has 4 congruent sides and 4 congruent angles. Okay? So all these up here are parallelograms. Okay? All right. Now let's go back to this shape. This shape is our trapezoid. Okay, so trapezoid. Remember, in a trapezoid, you have one pair of parallel lines, which are called your bases. Okay? And then these parts are your legs. Now remember, if these legs are equal, then the trapezoid is isosceles. Okay, so only if these legs are congruent, they are, the trapezoid is isosceles. But right now, we'll just say that this is our regular trapezoid. Okay? And then finally, this shape here is our kite. Remember, a kite has 2 congruent pairs of sides that are consecutive. So like this side and this side are congruent, and this side and this side are congruent. But you notice that this side and this side aren't congruent because you already have something, right here. Okay? Another thing you have to remember with the kite is that the diagonals meet at a 90-degree angle. Okay? They meet at a 90-degree angle. Just like a rhombus, but a kite also does it. And also remember that this angle, which is here, and this angle, which is here, are congruent. But this angle and this angle are not congruent. Okay, so you only have one pair of opposite angles that are congruent in a kite. And the other pair is not congruent. Okay? So we're going to use these pictures, our names of quadrilaterals here, to help us answer questions coming up. So I'll give you a moment to look at that, and we'll move to the next question.